So how to shine and show up and shine with personal brand photography. So as some of you already know, I started my career as a photographer, as a wedding photographer, very much scared of the flipping camera, scared of my even my own camera. As you will know, Lisa, even standing up and talking about my business was like, oh no. So I was very much relying on referrals, word of mouth. So that meant that my business experienced a few difficulties along the way until I decided to do something about it, and I discovered personal brand photography. And I got my own brand shoot, and this is when things started to change. By having my own images, I realized that, well, actually, yes, I am a professional. I've got a lot to offer. I need to show up. And looking at my photographs made me realize that I can share and then I can attract people. But basically, it's taken me something like 10 years to realize that. So I've made it my mission to help people to come to that conclusion a lot sooner than I did, and help them to help you to want to share your expertise and show that you've got a lot of knowledge to show your potential clients. So basically, if I can do it, so can you. So yeah, we've got 3 steps to grow your business and shine with personal brand photography. But the other secret behind it is actually to do it consistently. So in order to be successful, it all starts with a good plan. Planning your the images that you need will help you to grow, will help you to realize that posting across your marketing platforms is helpful and that it's not a waste of time. But you need to be clear about who you want to connect with. That is key, because let's face it, if you want to connect with old age pensioners as opposed to wanting to connect with teenagers, you're not going to be sharing the same kind of images. So have that in your head. How do you want them to feel? The feelings. People need to feel they can connect you by seeing an image. If they see you, they will be able to relate to you a lot more than if you share a stock image. What do you want to promote? Again, it's easy to put a post out there, but if there's no purpose to it, if you haven't got a proper plan as what your offer is, then you can't be effective in the way you post across your platforms. And you need to know whether you are going to be on Facebook, on Instagram, or on LinkedIn. So all that, it's very simple, but that is key to make it efficient. Without a good plan, you can't get good results. It's very, very easy, simple steps, obvious things, but then if you've got it in front of you, each time you post, you'll know what you want to be talking about. So in terms of personal brand photography, you've got 3 main categories to keep in mind. So whether you do your own photos or you work with a brand photographer, you need to have your portraits. You need to have your products or your services. So if it's products, I don't mean like photos like the ones you see on Amazon, for example, like with a white background. It needs to be a bit more creative. And foremost, and that's when it gets maybe a bit more tricky, you need to be able to represent your values. But let's talk about your portraits first. So first and foremost, before you start having your photos taken, or before you do your own photos with something like, let me share, something like this, like a little tripod where you can put your phone on with the ring light, blah, blah. So that could really help you to create your own photos. So no procrastinating, you can do it. A tripod like that is about 20 odd quid max. You can do your own images to start showing up. But anyway, so you need to be in your happy bubble. Leave your phone on the side, no stress, and then get in the mood to have your portraits. You need to have ready your outfits. Wear something that maybe people have complimented on before, something that makes you feel like, yes. Think about the colors that you wear and colors that will complement your brand colors. It doesn't have to match exactly, but something that's not going to clash, and maybe avoid maybe too many patterns as well. And also, when you create your portraits, think carefully about the location. So, for example, Joy, in these images, she is a coach. Her audience is very much in London. So we had to find the areas that would speak to her audience. So this is what we created. And then, so if you were to do your own portraits, think carefully about where the light is. So if you're in a room that is lacking light, again, a little ring light could actually help. And you need to make sure that we can see your face nicely lit. So do a test with your phone, move around and see where it's best. And another little tip, I would say, so for example, one of my eyes is a bit smaller. So if I show, if I have my own photos taken, that smaller eye will be the first one to face the lens. So then it won't look as little as if I do it the other way around. But that's a little tip. But practice, keep practicing with your phone. Use as much natural light as possible. And by the portraits, it can be top half, or it could be full length. It's good to have a mix of everything. It doesn't have to be a studio headshot. It needs to be an image that truly represents you at work, and also maybe outside work, to get your audience to feel like they've got something in common with you that they want to talk about. For example, I share some photos with my dog or my cats, and then people get to say, oh yeah, I've got one like this, or so that creates some some passive some talks. In terms of your products or your services, so be creative. For example, there we've got Sandra, who sells she sells magnetic jewelry. So instead of having the jewelry on its own, just on the table, for example, she was wearing it. The cardigan that she chose was very much in tune with her brand colors. We can see that it's her, but she's not showing her face. So it's kind of a different kind of image. People know that it represents her. They can trust her. This is how she's using the products. Boom. Then she's got something else to say, buy my items. At the bottom corner, we've got this wheel that a personal stylist uses. So she's holding it, again, not showing her face. We know that it's about color, finding the right color for the right person. It gives her something else, an image to express this in her marketing message. Next, your values. And that is absolutely key to have photos representing your values. It can be showing that you are a nurturing kind of person. It can be sharing that you are a ruler, a born organizer, someone who's a feminist, someone with strong beliefs in a certain subject. By being specific, you will get the attention of people who feel the same as you, and you'll get rid of the ones who don't believe in the same values, which is great, because then you kind of tidy up the whole thing, and it helps you to have great connections with your audience. And then the key, once you've got images for all of that, the key is to use those images consistently. And you can actually be away on holiday and still be visible. How you do it? It's very simple. You batch your content. So by batching, you can either do it for the whole month. So you'll choose one day, you'll sit down, you'll organize your images, use as much as you can what you've got already in your phone, maybe create some little albums that will help you to pick and choose. Maybe in your notes, you'll have keywords of what you want to talk about according to your planning. So you can have all that ready. But if you want to push it an extra notch, schedule your content. With LinkedIn, for example, as you can see on the at the bottom here with the arrow, there's a little timer. You can actually schedule your content with that. Or if you use a platform like Canva, you can actually connect your Canva account with your Facebook and your Instagram account as well. So you might not want to do it for the full month, but every week you could have a post for every single day of the week. You could spend like maybe an hour max and prepare everything. So you are ready. No matter what life throws at you, you've got something to say, hey, everyone, I'm there. And then you are the specialist that people keep seeing, and you keep being in their thoughts. So that is absolutely vital, and it can be done the easy way. Because the point is to have marketing, yes, to do the work for you, but you still need to do your work and try to connect with everyone else. So, for example, as a photographer, I still have to do my accounts. I still have to do to connect with new clients, and I still have to do some editing and photo shoots. So by being able to batch my content, I'm still very much present out there, but it doesn't distract me from my everyday tasks. And after all that, you're ready to show up, shine, and do the damn thing. Boom. So yeah, I'm going to share with you some images that might help you to give you an idea of what you can create. So for example, this is Jay. She is actually my client, but she's also my business coach. So Jay very much believes in meditation, hence the picture at the bottom, very much a feminist. So we showed her a laptop in an image, very much likes reading, and that picture with the hills, a bit more of a kick-ass kind of picture. And she's also a podcaster, so that we kind of tried to create a few images to go with every single areas of the business. Stefania, stylist, very much works in London, so we thought of all that, bearing in mind as well her brand colors. Sarah, on the go lady in London as well, wearing colors that that suits her and that very much go with her brand as well. Joy, meeting a client, seeing that the look that she gives her client, she's a coach, and it's very important to her that people feel that they've got a connection with her. And by creating this image, people will see whether they want that Joy is the right coach for her or not. Through your photos, you can also share your website, for example, like we did with the lovely Dawn, who's a hypnotherapist. I'd like to stop a bit for a second with this image that I created. So Sam is a mortgage advisor. She used this image to update her LinkedIn profile, and that image landed her a new client. She stood out from the crowd. This image with her dress that totally represents her lovely hair. The client was attracted to her, made contact with her, and she got the deal simply because she changed her profile image. So that's how powerful it is. This is the lovely Elaine that you will all get to meet on Friday, who is the LinkedIn queen, and we did a virtual photo shoot together, and she keeps using her images as well to in her marketing and in her LinkedIn programs as well. So there are ways basically to, whether you've got a big budget or not, that shouldn't stop you from being visible, and that shouldn't stop you from showing up. You didn't create a business to be in the background. You are in business because you want to make it a success, and therefore you need to share who you are and what you do. And if you are part of this challenge, it means that you're ready to make those first steps. And I believe in you. You can do it. Have you got any questions, Lisa? Tell me.
I don't know if I have, because I'm lucky to have known you before this program and been on the receiving end of having photography and stuff. But yeah, I think at the moment I've got 2 or 3 areas in life that I'm just trying to work out what I need to focus on. Yeah, some of that's work, some of it's other projects outside of work. And weirdly, listening, it's good to have heard it all again about the branding, because I think each one of them is slightly different photography for me.
Yeah.
So I suppose the step from that is, which one do I focus on for now, rather than trying to do all of them at the same time. But equally, yeah, and potentially it is the platform thing as to where I put out images eventually, because I think, yeah, people will end up seeing very different sides of me, I think, depending on what I'm talking about.
So then
some of it can overlap. It will overlap as well. So yeah, but that might actually help me decide where I focus on for now.
Yeah. It very much who you want to connect with, and where these connections are most of the time. Yeah. Even like in terms of the posting. So depending on who they are and what they do. So if they are a mum, you might want to post after they've dropped the kids at school, or earlier in the morning before they start sorting the breakfast and the packed lunches and all that, or after bedtime kind of thing. So by knowing who they are that you are talking to, it will help you along the way. Jog all the ideas that you've got, put it all down, do a big brain dump, and then revisit and see what you can keep and what you feel like, no, actually that's not going to serve me. But yeah,
and it's very different. Yeah, it's different targets depending on whether I'm thinking about the workshop or the WMM folks and stuff, but they're both relevant. So it's also working out where some of that might work for both. So yeah, it's interesting, but it's good to be thinking about it again and planning.
yeah, well, yeah,
for that.
And by the planning as well, because sometimes, I mean, I'm speaking from experience as well, having great ideas, yes, I want to achieve this, that, and then without a plan, after a few weeks, the idea kind of gets diluted, especially again if life throws things at you.
Yeah.
And then it can become like a project from the past. But if you've got your plan, it's kind of your accountability material as well. And when you've got it in front of you and you're like, oh yeah, so that's where I need to head. That's what I want to achieve. Therefore, I need to do this, that, and that.
Yeah, I know for me as well, I can plan really well, like too well sometimes, and then it stops me actually just doing what needs doing. So it's getting the balance of that, thinking, okay, no, this is a plan is enough, and actually doing it rather than trying to make it too perfect.
Yeah, because like perfection will stop you from doing anything, and a plan is like anything. A plan can evolve along the way.
Yeah,
it's a framework that it's not rigid.
Yeah, but no, it's been really good. So,
I'll be on your case.
Yeah, I just need to. You will. Good. That's what I need. But yeah, no, it's just nice. I think things like this, it just gets you back into a different mindset about stuff and gets you thinking about the stuff that I need to be thinking about. So,
even like with the videos that you'd started doing, you can do it. That you've already explored, you can do it. It's just getting into the habit of doing it.
Yeah. And that's the video is the big thing. It's like, once I get started on it, it's fine. It's the getting started on it again. But again, it's something that needs, I've been putting that off the last month or two. So it's another one of I just need to do it. And and that's been a funny one because the last bit of video I did was work stuff. And I think that's the thing. When it's mine, it's probably a bit more relaxed, but I think when it's a work thing, then I am considering the brand and how that all looks and a certain sort of level of professionalism to it. Whereas when it's a bit more something that's just about me, then it's easier just to kind of go for it and not overthink it too much. But I think even the work stuff just needs a bit more of that because that is what people will get when they come here. So on a day-to-day basis, it's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, trying to put out. Because I haven't got time.
I lost you. I lost you, Lisa. Sorry.
All right.
Yes. By having your organizing your photos and stuff, that maybe is the first step to plan the first week of March. Use what you've got already according to your plans, and then when you have a bit more time, build from it and create more if need be. The other thing to consider as well, if you are creating your own content and if you feel like you're in a flow, you're ready to get more things happening, just like spend maybe half a day, change outfit, change your hair, go to different places, and then go full whack
Yeah.
So most of it, and then put organize your content in the right places, and then
Okay.
yeah, when you want to post, you've got what you need at hand to
Yeah.
to do it.
Brilliant. Thank you.